Hello, I am Matteo Salvatori. I'm a student at ITIS Enrico Mattei of Urbino in class 4D in, and today I am going to talk about loops in C programming language. A loop is a basic but powerful concept that allows us to execute a block of code repeatedly. Instead of writing the same code over and over, we can use a loop to automate the repetition, which makes our programs more efficient, shorter, and easier to manage. There are three main types of loops in C: the for loop, the while loop, and the do while loop. Imagine that you're trying to repeat hello 10 times. Instead of copying the same lines of code, a loop allows us to tell the computer to write down anything you want over a defined period or under specific conditions. We use loops in programming whenever we need to repeat something multiple times. For example, loops are commonly used when we're working with large sets of data, when we want to perform calculation, or when we need to keep checking a condition until something changes. They're essential for things like going through the items in an array, reading input until the user decides to stop, or even running parts of a program continuously until a certain situation is met. In essence, loops are tools that make code cleaner, more efficient, and adaptable. They are a key part of programming that helps us build smarter and more responsive applications.
Hi to everyone, I'm Salvatori Orazi, I'm a classmate of Matteo Salvatori, and today I'm going to explain you how to use a for loop, and I will show you some examples. Let's talk about one of the most common types of loops in C, the for loop. The for loop is used when you know how many times you want to repeat something. Think about a simple task. Let's say you want to print hello 10 times, as we said before. You could write printf hello \n 10 times, but that's boring. And what if you wanted to print it 1000 times? You would be there all day. Instead, with a for loop, you can tell the computer, hey, repeat this action 10 times, starting from 0 and going up to 10. Int I equals 0, this starts a counter at 0. We call it I, but it can be any name. I less and equals 10. This is the condition. As long as I is less than or equal to 10, the loop will keep running. I plus plus, this means add d1 to I every time the loop runs. So here's what happens step by step. I start at 0. The loop prints hello. Then I becomes 1 and it prints again. This continues until I is greater than 10 and then it stops. If you might be wondering what does %d and \n mean, I can explain them to you. Basically, when you type %d, you're trying to print a type int variable, but you have to use it followed by a comma and the name of the variable right after that you close the inverted commas. But instead, the \n is used inside of them, and it permits you to go to a new line. You will usually see it while being either at the start or at the end of the printf. This is a powerful tool, and you will use it all the time, not just for printing, but for counting, summing numbers, checking values, and much more. Like for example, the times table of file. Let's see how you can do it. In this script, at first, we declared a variable named num that stays for the number of the times table. Then, in this for loop, we can see the same condition that we used before. Inside of the loop, we have declared a variable named result that goes for the value of num multiplied by the index of the loop.